Hello and welcome to the Star Citizen News, each week taking a look at the headlines in the community and then taking a closer look at various shows and information CIG has produced in the weekly review, this time for the week ending the 1st of May 2016. Star Citizen Alpha 2.4 is going to the PTU. Hopefully by Friday the 6th of May we should actually have that release on PTU, and it is the biggest release of Star Citizen yet. It adds much needed persistence into the universe. This includes shopping, so we're going to be able to buy clothing and armour amongst other things, all from in-game. Alpha UEC, a new currency to test and earn in the Alpha of Star Citizen and for use in the persistent universe. The Mobiglass also will have a lot more functionality, allowing us to customise hangars and ships. We're going to have a hangar-ready Reliant as well, so that ship should be hangar ready. We're also going to get some more flyable ships. We're expecting the Starfarer and Starfarer Gemini to be flyable in 2.4, so hopefully this will be one of the biggest and best patches we have seen to date for Star Citizen, and I for one am looking forward to persistence, a reason to play and to continue playing, to earn stuff in game, for that stuff to be persistent. At the moment, we kind of have an arcade experience when we play Star Citizen, where nothing's really saved, there's no progression. This changes all of that. There are now 2 Q&As, or questions and answers, detailing some of the most pressing questions about the MISC Prospector concept sale and that ship. It's on sale still until the 2nd of May, so Monday the 2nd of May. This also marks the end of the Shubin application contest. There's a little bit of a fluffy contest where you can put a application into the Shubin Mining Corporation to possibly win an Orion. I'll put links to that in the description so you can read more or try and get into that in the last few minutes effectively of the competition before it ends on Monday. If you're into economy or industry, this is worth looking at. This ship looks absolutely great for a single or possibly someone that wants to work on mining in a smaller scale than that of the Orion. In 10 for the Chairman, episode 84, Chris Roberts gave us a variety of useful information. In the first release of 2.4, we're going to see Alpha UEC. We're going to be able to buy armour and clothing. Clothing-wise, think more casual gear, so trousers, shirts, jackets. Armour will protect you, and in the future will give other benefits like life support or radiation protection. In regards to hauling and logging off, you're going to be able to log off in safe zones in some areas of space. If you have goods, they may vary in value once you've logged back in. Obviously, the longer you keep them, the prices will fluctuate. If you have logged out in an unsafe area, you could be attacked. In regards to ship docking, they're currently working on Item System 2.0 and the object containers to allow for ships to dock and land with each other. Expect something in the near future, maybe from patch 2.6 onwards. Quantum drives, you won't be able to change course while in Quantum Drive, it's for straight line travel only. Combat jumps. There are going to be ways to prevent people from easily escaping with their quantum drives. They haven't decided exactly on the mechanics, but accept something like cooldown times between jumps. Maybe the shields will drop before a jump. Maybe shields need to be 100% charged before jumping. There are also going to be ways and items to pull ships out or prevent them from jumping. In Gamescom 2016, CIG will be at Gamescom, although there won't be a big presentation there this time. Persistence. We won't be able to use Rec to rent weapons in the Persistent universe. Rec is just for our Arena Commander and eventually Star Marine. Alpha UEC will be usable and be the earnable currency in the PE, the mini PE or the Persistent universe, with the release of Persistence with 2.4. Alpha UEC will be wiped though from time to time and will be replaced with the UEC currency once the game goes live. This currency will not be wiped, the normal UEC currency, which will replace Alpha UEC. So when you're earning Alpha UEC, that will be wiped at some point. That will go back to 0 Alpha UEC, and then will get replaced with UEC, which will be earnable and forever persistent. There was a Reverse the Verse special this week with Pedro Camacho, composer for the music of Star Citizen, and Ross Tringeza. I can't say his name because I'm a monster. He's the senior sound designer in Foundry 42 UK. This was obviously a very audio-centric episode and featured new Star Citizen music. I can't really describe it. You'll have to listen to it for yourself if you want to learn more about this one. Pedro is one of my personal heroes, though, and if you're into audio development, then this is worth watching. Link again in the description. In Around the Verse this week, we found out a few other news nuggets that are worth mentioning. BrisbaneCon, so I mentioned this last week. This is a Star Citizen conference in Manchester, England on the 23rd of July. It's all fan-led and fan-planned. I'm helping organise, and some of the CIG devs will be attending. That is the 33rd of July, and I will put links in the description so you can grab tickets. I think there was 225 tickets at the start of last week. I don't know how many are left now, so book early to avoid disappointment. In news from around the verse, so the various different studios from the CIG studios, what they've been doing. Los Angeles, concepts for the Buccaneer, Caterpillar and Dragonfly are all in progress, with the Caterpillar currently being whiteboxed. The Reliant will be hangar ready for 2.4. There are huge changes coming with that 2.4 patch, with adding of persistence, shopping and modification. In Austin for 2.4, they're going to be using, we're going to be using the Mobi-Glass to make changes in our hangars. The item ports system in our hangars will allow us to place appropriate objects like posters, flare, or even ships in certain places. They've been continuing work on the try before you buy and inspect systems for clothing and weapons for the shopping experience. And shopping is going to evolve quite heavily over the next 12 months. Down in Foundry 42 UK, they've been working on Sophie Wu's hair in particular for Squadron 42. The hair work they're doing at the moment should also appear in the Persistent universe. They're working on various clothing as well for Earth, Terra, the Frontier, lots of different manufacturers, styles and classes of clothing. Squadron 42 is getting a performance mocap shoot next week for the pickup stuff, so they're getting all of the bits and bobs that they need to fill in the gaps or stuff that they've realised they need. Down in Foundry 42 Frankfurt, they're currently working on a large plasma weapon, a large laser cannon weapon, as well as prototyping high-tech weapon effects. Lots more work on AI and subsumption, and there's been lots of progress on procedural planet tech, atmosphere, and physics grids. The Frankfurt studio are always doing a lot of random stuff as well. They continue work on a lot of their previous projects, but I won't normally mention them unless they've made some sort of giant breakthrough. On the ship shape segment next, they were talking about the Heralds. The Herald is in active development. It's a single-seater ship, but it's got room for a passenger. It's grown in size as well to accommodate movement throughout the ship. And there have been various stats changes, obviously, and that will continue to get changed. For example, they've upgraded the missiles from size 1 to size 2, for example, on the wings. The interior and cockpit have yet to be finalised, but they are being worked on. And for example, as well, some of the mechanics of it, you can transmit and receive signals in space by deploying your satellite array. This week's MVP was Unengineer, in fact, for his various ship renders. More recently, the freelancer Big Benny skin. Looks really cool. He's done some pretty good work, actually. And the ATV Fast Forward this week as well was the EVA 3D Velocity Vector experiments. So this shows some of the cool stuff they're doing with EVA and the plans they've got for it. There were a couple of little other news nuggets in Reverse the Verse as well this week that weren't discussed elsewhere. Ship insurance is currently being discussed and worked on. There is a lot to work out with it though, so how might people lose their ships, in what situations, where, what's going to be insurable, and they need to work out a system to stop people trying to scam it. VR support. They're not currently working actively on VR support, but there is a plan in place for them to do it once they're ready. The Buccaneer, so this is the Pirate Interceptor by Drake. Price-wise, they're currently expecting it to be similar to that of the Cutlass. They're also working on the Caterpillar's internal concepts. The F7A military variant for the Hornet for use in Squadron 42 is receiving work. The X or 85X which is the little shuttle coming with the 890 Jump, will be coming out before its parent ship, the 890 Jump. The Polaris Corvette has had its shape chosen now, which is exciting. I hope we get that shared soon. And their Redeemer and the 300 ship series have got a rework scheduled now, but we don't know exactly when that is. And that's it from the Star Citizen news this week. Thank you so much for watching, guys. It is really, really appreciated. At the moment, throughout May until I think the 28th of May, I have a competition where you can win a ship. What ship is it? It's a Misk Prospector. Sorry, I'm talking through things in my own mind. All you got to do is comment on any of my Star Citizen content this month to be in for a chance for winning. There's also a thread you could join in on the Redacted forums or the RSI forums. You just need to go on one of them to be in for a chance for winning. You also need to have a Star Citizen account, and just leave a comment. As long as it's not rude, I will consider it an entry, and I will randomly choose a winner using a random number generator, put everyone's name into a spreadsheet. Boom! You only get one entry, so yes. Anyway, what else? Things. Thank you so much for watching. I'm feeling a lot better in myself at the moment. For people that have been following my depression, apologies for being depressed, guys. You know what I mean. You know, I don't. You know, I'm not sorry. You take care, guys. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. This is my rambly bit I normally edit out, and I will see you in the verse.